Hello everyone. So in this video I'd like to talk about some of the common pitfalls and mistakes that I see families making when they're managing or looking after their wealth, so that hopefully you can learn from others' mistakes. So number one is to invest for returns, not tax. So being tax efficient is a very useful thing, and broadly the lower your tax burden, the more of your investment returns you keep as the investor, so that will make sense. But there is a point at which people can become so driven by being tax efficient that they can actually lose sight of the point of the exercise, which in most cases is to invest wisely and to compound over time. There's an old saying, don't let the tax tail wag the investment dog, which is very true for many investors and indeed families. So to seek out attractive long-term returns, you need to be driven by investments first and tax second. Being tax efficient is great, and there are some things that can be done that don't change that investment opportunity set, but just be really careful of becoming so tax driven that it's potentially restrictive on where you can invest your wealth or your ability to change your mind about an investment once you've made it. So number two is keep it simple. So large numbers do not really necessarily need to equal complexity. I've known families of real significant wealth that keep their affairs actually remarkably straightforward, and families of more modest but still significant wealth that tie themselves in knots with the amount of complexity in their wealth, from different tax structures to different investment styles, time horizons, or over-engineered financial plans. Family wealth doesn't need to be complex to be successful. So keeping things simple allows you to see really quickly how things are going. It allows you to focus on getting the big things right, such as your strategic direction or the level of risk or the amount of flexibility that you need, should your needs change, which they inevitably do, especially in families. So it's well worth bearing in mind. And then lastly, number three is to have a small number of measurable, relevant KPIs. So these are key performance indicators. One issue that I've seen crop up over the years is when individuals or indeed families want their wealth to do lots of different things all at the same time. The end result here can sometimes be a bit of disappointment, because ultimately if you look hard enough there'll always be a benchmark that performs better, or a high conviction investment style or approach that's been more rewarding over a given time period. The key for a lot of families I look after is to ensure that they are, above all else, compounding their wealth over time at a rate higher than inflation. Now in this case, that becomes in itself a KPI, or a key performance indicator, not measured over a 3 or even 6 month time period, but more likely to be a 3 or 5 year time period. So family wealth tends to be quite long term in its outlook. Short term fluctuations, not always, but they can often be seen more as buying opportunities than short-term capital preservation events because of this long-term outlook. Now, having KPIs can be really useful because they can be referred to on a regular or perhaps an annual basis at any family investment meetings that you have, and they can consciously bring the conversation back to the key objectives that the family is trying to achieve. So to keep things focused, I'd really suggest having between 3 and 5 KPIs as a good number. So that's all from me. I really hope that the points I've ran through today give you some food for thought and can help you and your family on your own investing journey. So thanks for watching, and please do like, comment and share if you found this useful.